Hello and welcome to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and today I'm restoring this Lesney Matchbox Superfast No. 69C Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow Coupé. These were in the range between 1969 and 1973. They're often found missing pieces as there is fragility in the boot lid hinges, while the windscreen is very exposed and prone to breakage. Mine has both of those in place, but it has a damaged canopy. Thankfully, they are reproduced by the ever-reliable Steve Flowers Model Supplies. They do produce a reproduction window piece, but it is untinted. They do not, however, reproduce the boot lid. The paint has worn away in most places on my example, which is the launch colour of blue clear coat over silver primer. The 69C was one of 5 brand new castings for the newly created Superfast line ahead of Christmas 1969. It replaced the chunky Hatra tractor shovel, which I've previously worked on. Pre-production models were painted in bright yellow with ivory seats, or were painted metallic green. Lesney opted for the blue paired with a dark orange coloured plastic interior piece and an orange tinted windscreen. The folded roof plastic was tan on the initial production models, but had been grey on pre-pro types. The casting borrowed features from the No. 24 Silver Shadow Saloon, with the boot and grille assembly recycled. Lesney chose to not reuse the same interior piece nor the base plate, despite having examples of shared components in the series in the shape of the No. 55 and 73 Mercuries. The Coupé's base plates were painted black for the majority, but there were examples painted in different colours as Lesney used up old paint stock. Some bases could be primrose, tan, silver grey and charcoal, made from mixing quantities of old unused paint supplies. After 2 years of production, the body colour switched from blue to gold. These came in 2 distinct shades depending on whether the undercoat was silver or gold. It was around this time that the model was modified, with its wheel arches widened in order to accept the smaller but chunkier wheel types. The canopy was also changed from tan to black, and the interior was recoloured to ivory. Of course, this being 1970s Lesney, a multitude of variations exist with different combinations of paint, roof colour and interior colours used. The final run of the 69C saw the body painted a noticeably more lime shade of gold over silver primer. It would be replaced by the Fantasy Turbo Fury casting for 1973. Sources that I use suggest that there were 36 different variations of the 69C roller. Only the pre-production models had a clear untinted windscreen, hence why I was keen to work on a model with its orange one intact. The real Silver Shadow replaced the Silver Cloud in 1965, with its design a major departure from its predecessor. It was both narrower and shorter than the Cloud, but Rolls-Royce managed to increase both passenger and luggage space, made possible by its unitary construction and full-width slab-sided body. Originally due to be called the Silver Mist, until some smart soul realised mist in German translates to manure or slang for bullshit, the Shadow now featured disc brakes instead of drums and independent rear suspension. It carried over the 6¼ litre V8 from the Silver Cloud, paired to a 3-speed automatic gearbox in left-hand drive cars and an older 4-speed type in right-hand drive cars. Rolls licensed its hydro-pneumatic suspension from Citroën, giving the Shadow a high degree of ride quality through its self-levelling feature. A 2-door saloon was introduced in 1966 with 2 distinct versions of coachwork. There was the Mulliner Park Ward with its raked C-pillar and sweeping rear bumper line, or the much rarer James Young model, which reflected the look of the 4-door saloon. Only 35 of these were built and were discontinued in 1967. The convertible followed in 1967 based on the Mulliner Park Ward 2-door coachwork. These were marketed as the Silver Shadow Drophead Coupé. Capacity of the V8 engine was increased to 6¾ litres in 1969 ahead of the phasing out of the 4-speed automatic gearbox in 1970. In 1971, the Mulliner Park Ward Coupé and convertible was spun off and renamed as the Corniche. The Corniche 1 was produced up until 1987 as a convertible. The Coupé was discontinued in 1981 following the introduction of the Silver Spirit. Corniches were in production until 1995 over 3 further marques. The name was revived in 2000 with the short-lived Rolls-Royce SZ platform Corniche 5. This was discontinued in 2002. As for the Shad, that was renamed the Silver Shadow 2 in 1977, following significant upgrades including rack and pinion steering plus some front suspension modifications. The chrome bumpers were swapped to the same alloy and rubber energy absorbing type as used in the US since 1974. However, these protruded 5 cm or 2 inches less outside of the States. The small grills beneath the headlamps were also removed. The Silver Shadow was in production until 1980 when it too was replaced by the aforementioned Silver Spirit. Along with the Corniche, the Shadow formed a number of derivatives, including the long wheelbase Silver Wraith 2, the Pininfarina designed Camargue Coupé, and the equivalent Bentley T-Series. The Silver Shadow's DNA ultimately lasted until 1995 as the Corniche 4. This was how my Matchbox Superfast Silver Shadow Coupé was looking with its patchy paint and broken convertible roof piece. I aim to find one of these with the window piece intact and also one where the boot is present. This is because the metal bases are not yet reproduced, and while windscreens are reproduced, they are only available without the orange tint. Great for a resto mod or a custom, but not ideal for this true restoration. And this is how it looks in its fresh new paint. The clear blue over silver has come up exceptionally well. It's incredibly bright and pops so nicely. I love the way the colours of the body, orange tint of the window, darker orange of the interior, and the tan of the roof all work together. It's not your typical Rolls-Royce colour combination, but I think Lesney nailed it with this particular model, even if they did give it a wholly unnecessary tow hook. I'm really pleased with the way that the bright work of the grille and headlights came up too. What do you make of the model? Do you agree with my assessment of it? Let me know down in the comments. Also, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this one and subscribe if you're not already. Almost 2/3 of you watching aren't. All it takes is one little click. But all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.